Hola amigos, welcome to the second video for the day itself. So the previous video was not that technical, right? Which is why in this video we are going to be getting extremely technical, guys. We will talk about a lot of charts in this video. We will discuss the total crypto market capitalization as well, and we'll talk about Ethereum's price action, guys. Well, essentially we'll talk about altcoins in a nutshell, because we're going to be talking about Ethereum, right? So without any further ado, let's jump into only charts right here, and let's talk about Bitcoin's price action on the daily, guys. Now, what is happening right here is that maybe we're going to be going down once again, and this time we're going to be attempting on a bullish divergence, guys. You can see right here, none of this entire price action trend to the downside had good amount of bullish divergence to capitalize on. But for the first time in a very long time, probably if this simply rolls to the downside all the way towards $18,000 once again, we will formulate a good looking bullish divergence, and then we can kind of argue about the fact that maybe price action will revert from these levels and head on all the way towards $30,000, guys. Now, essentially in the previous week, I was speculating on this breakout to take the price action at least towards $28,000 regions, but you can see, guys, this one turned out to be a swing failure pattern in the small time frames, which is why it is quite necessary to pay attention in time frames that are like 4 hour itself whenever you are jumping into a swing trade, for that matter, right? But before we talk about the 4 hour time frame, you can see that there's a good looking trend which is formulating on the RSI itself, right? We had a breakout. We almost had a breakout right here, guys, which is why the speculation mode was on my end as well, and I was trying to look forward to a price action resolution coming all the way towards these areas of interest altogether, guys. Even if I put on the VPVR indicator on these zones, the highest traded volume zone is coming at 30,000, and we have a volume vortex right here, guys, which is why this zone can be pretty nice to capitalize on altogether, right? So let's get rid of the VPVR and simply jump into facts and figures. Once again, the daily time frame had a failure at this entire rejection zone on the RSI at 40 reads, and if we decipher the price action into the 4 hour time frame, why am I talking about this entire zone to be a swing failure, guys? Let's talk about this entire region right here. Now, ever since this entire capitulation price action that took this entire leg towards 20,800 regions, the first bounce was at your $23,000 levels, guys. This was your first bounce. Another dump right here that took the price action towards 21,500, and this was a kind of like an aggressive reversal that took the price action all the way towards 21,700, guys. Although this was an ABC correction, which is why the price action continued downwards all the way towards 18,000 once again. Now, the thing is that you're going to be comparing this entire price action with this entire price action pivot right here, which is why the speculation mode was on for the most of the crypto market participants, and it was kind of valid, guys, because we were simply printing in a higher low as compared to 18,000 lows that we set in on the last week of June itself, right? And this entire leg to the upside was pretty much real as far as the price action goes until this exact price point right here, guys. This was your swing failure zone right here. Now, the only reason why I'm talking about this entire zone to be a swing failure is that you had to cancel out all of these lower highs when you were kind of wanting to reverse the trend from these levels, right? So let me just draw out this entire pattern right here. Once again, you can see that the price action was kind of formulating a pennant, which was a good looking squeeze, guys, and essentially you had simply cleared out this entire sell side liquidity, so the speculation was kind of real, and essentially the first rejection was, well, the benefit of the doubt of the price action itself, guys. Now, the second rejection, once again coming from these levels, was not good, and this was your confirmation candle right here, guys, which is why this entire zone turned out to be a swing failure pattern, and we were not able to establish a continuation trend that could have taken the price action at least towards $25,000 altogether. And you can see the results so far, guys. We are simply trending to the downside with your price action trending down by 8% or 9% altogether, guys. Now, this is Bitcoin's price action in a nutshell in the previous 2 days altogether, and as the price action unfolds, most likely we will come all the way towards $18,000, and you can see the daily time frame, guys. The daily time frame is kind of telling us obvious facts that maybe this attempt would be a good looking bullish divergence at first, guys, but essentially until you put in a bullish divergence right here, no action is supposed to be taken in the market, because you should never forget the context of the trend, guys. This is a simple pennant after pennant after pennant breakdown right here. You can see the first and the biggest pennant was right around these levels. A breakdown led the price action towards these areas of interest at 27,000. Another pennant led the price action down towards 18,000, and we are still residing with a pennant kind of price action, guys, with the RSI trending to the downside as well. So until you see a reversal on the RSI and at least a small time frame bullish divergence, I don't think it's necessary to go on for a new swing bullish position in the market altogether, guys. So that is what I'm looking forward to as well. And of course, this is not a fucking financial advice. This can't be a financial advice. Anything coming from this channel is not supposed to be a financial advice, guys. With that aside, let's talk about what happened on ETH BTC, guys, because that is your altcoin market in a nutshell. As the Bitcoin's price action had a swing failure pattern on your $22,000 regions, Ethereum against BTC was kind of losing its shit at 5.9 million satoshis right here, guys. I was speculating hard on altcoins as well, because had Bitcoin reverted from those levels, Ethereum was also just at the verge of a breakout, which is why, guys, the price action on ETH USD could have been amazing, and the price action targets for ETH USD was all the way towards your $1,800 to $1,900 levels to the upside, which did not happen, guys. Bitcoin made a clear indication in the small time frames that no, we're not going to be doing that. We are not going to be going to the upside, and this entire market, look, guys, this entire market will simply look forward to what Bitcoin is doing, and as Bitcoin went to shit, the altcoin market simply went to shit as well. Now, the bad news for ETH BTC although is that you're resolving this huge grind to the downside as well, guys, which reminds me that this is a huge squeeze which could have a nasty downside target at your 4.7 million satoshis at first. That could be leading on to a continuation leg all the way down towards 3.8 to 3.7 million satoshis altogether. So that is something which could potentially happen as well. As you can see, this entire price action zone was a huge distribution pattern, guys. Holy fucking crap, that's an ugly looking oval right here, but ignore that fact. But essentially what I'm telling you guys is that this was a massive distribution pattern with Bitcoin doing the same thing against the USD pair itself. Ethereum against BTC was doing that, which is why, guys, Ethereum got fucked two ways in the market, right? Which is why you see Ethereum at fucking 1100 right now, coming from 5,000 fucking dollars. Well, oh well, two-sided sell-side liquidity playing out on Ethereum is now telling us facts and figures that how much of a downside target we had, guys, how much of euphoria we had to press on the market, right? So this is what is happening, guys. Essentially, I do believe euphoria has been wiped out, but the denial phase is still going on in the market, which is why, guys, we have a lot of denial to wipe out as well. So we'll see until when that plays out. But if we talk about simple technical targets, the wedge price action targets, we are right there, guys. We're right there, right? Which is why if we kind of destruct this entire zone to the downside, if Ethereum loses 5 million satoshi regions for good, that could not be a good news, guys. That would not be really nice for Ethereum, right? And that is when your $500 targets for Ethereum might come into fruition sooner than expected, and that is what I am speculating as well, guys. I mean, essentially the ultimate downside target that I'm looking forward to on Ethereum is going to be all the way towards $500 regions. I hope that does not happen, but if it really happens, I'm going to be scooping out a shit ton of Ethereum for the long term, guys. That will be massive. That would be a massively discounted price for the long term as well altogether, right? So that is my buying plan as well. And no, this is not a financial advice once again. Now, essentially, guys, let's talk about the small time frame price action on the 4-hour itself. And as Bitcoin was going through the swing failure pattern, Ethereum was getting rejected with the previous lows at your 5.9 million satoshis. So ETH against BTC had a clear-cut downtrending motion for 8%. BTC against USD had a 9% down move, which means that ETH USDT kind of had a 17 to 18% down leg coming from this entire rejection price point right here, guys. Now the thing is that Ethereum against USD is quite simple to trade. Honestly, Bitcoin is looking a little choppy in the market, but ETH is kind of simple to trade, guys, honestly, right? Because ETH BTC went down, BTC USD went down, so you saw Ethereum correcting by 17%. A good looking downtrend to capitalize on, guys. 17% moves are simply good, right? And if you know how to trade derivatives, well, this was your chance to capitalize on. Would I be interested in taking a new position anymore? Probably not. Most likely the trend is already played out, and it really depends on what Bitcoin does at $18,000 level. So I would want the price action to simply play out further until Bitcoin reaches $1,800 for good. Most of the actions for your buy side activities will be happening at $18,000 to $70,000 ranges on Bitcoin itself, and it would be really interesting to see what Ethereum does in the market altogether, guys. So with that said, let's see if we have any bullish divergence on ETH USD on the daily time frame. We can potentially formulate a big amount of bullish divergence, guys. You can see right here, I mean, the price action going down to $880 in one single trend to the downside had the RSI going at 23 fucking reads. That is madness. That is massively oversold, right? Which is why any price action trending to the downside is most likely going to be putting in a good looking bullish divergence, guys. But essentially, as the price action goes to the downside, we should be waiting on the sidelines. The real conversion, the real reversal on the price action would be with the RSI trend at first on Ethereum itself, and it would be rather indicative by what Bitcoin is doing, guys. Once again, all eyes on Bitcoin. If you see Bitcoin resolving the RSI grind and squeeze to the upside, Ethereum will probably do the same thing. So whatever Bitcoin does, you can position yourself according to that on the market for Ethereum or any other altcoin altogether, guys. I hope that clears a lot of shit for the coming weeks altogether. With that said, let's talk about this right here. This is total crypto market capitalization, which is also getting rejected like a little bitch on Ethereum. Just like Ethereum and Bitcoin, total market capitalization is doing the same shit, guys. I mean, well, no shit right here. That is kind of obvious, to be honest with you. And this is against the Fibonacci trend, which is not really that relevant, guys. So I'm not going to be putting in a lot of, pressure into this hocus pocus, this Fibonacci hocus pocus for total crypto market capitalization. We can probably do that for Bitcoin because Bitcoin has proven results for that kind of price action, but not with the total crypto market capitalization altogether, guys. You can see the massive distribution pattern is playing out on this entire price action as well, with your key area of interest at $1.2 trillion being lost right at the last week of June itself. And ever since that price action, we have been trending to the downside, and any buy side activity is being punished in the market, guys, which is why this is a key factor right here. Until you see total crypto market capitalization kind of making that reversal move to the upside, I think every price action bounce is going to be pure speculation, guys. It's going to be pure speculation without any backing. You can see that most of the analysis that I am also doing right here is kind of inclined towards rather bearishness in the market, guys. So well, until the price action is formulating any bullish divergence and Bitcoin is reverting above key levels, the price action stays bearish for total crypto market capitalization as well. So on the daily time frame, yes, you have a massive, a potential bullish divergence under formulation as we simply roll to the downside, guys. Well, the RSI had a hidden bearish divergence playing out, right? You can see the price action was, wait, guys, wait, let me do that properly right here for you. So essentially, the price action was at $1.2 trillion, and the RSI reads was at 42 cents. 42 reads on RSI right here. And once again, it had a good looking swing to the upside. The RSI went above 40 reads, but the price action was way the fuck lower than that one right here. So which is why you had this hidden bearish divergence playing out right here, guys. You can see right here, hidden bearish divergence, and this price action is trending to the downside once again. It would simply go ahead and I think it would sweep the lows right here, and let's see if it gets picked up. If it really does, most likely Bitcoin will also be bottoming out, guys. Holy fuck, I'm losing my words right here. Probably this video is long enough, I guess. But essentially, let's just conclude the price action right here. No bottom under formulation right here. If I can talk about this price action, most likely this is a good looking rejection channel right here with price action doing something like this, guys. So it's a long form of squeeze which could potentially take a while to play out, but essentially this is kind of resolving to the downside, which means that maybe bad news could come up and it could follow up for the rest of the week itself. But essentially, guys, the bigger picture is simple sideways to a downtrading motion altogether. So big moves are not really available to us as of now, guys. On the 3-day time frame, however, no bullish divergence whatsoever, guys. No fucking bullish divergence on the 3-day time frame. So yes, things will take a lot of time. Essentially, things are going to be taking a lot of time. And what should you do in these times? Look for areas of interest and deploy the money that you're simply comfortable with into the markets, and keep on accumulating the price action on Bitcoin itself as we stay below the 200 simple on the daily time frame, guys. And massively on all of the previous occasions, accumulating Bitcoin under 200 simple moving average has been very rewarding, right? So until we have anything else playing out, I think that is what should play out in the market as a whole in the grand scheme of things. With that said, I hope that video was helpful. If you found this video helpful, you know the deal. Hit that like, and I will catch all of you pretty soon, guys. Bye for now.